All right, Leo, here we go. I thought, what am I going to open the week with here? Okay, I do my morning reading. I pull 12 cards in the morning and I look at each sign. Most of the signs, if not all of them, looked like they were holding their monthly readings, which makes sense. So there was no reason for me to do, a Libra reading or something like that. The monthly reading is solid. Until I looked at angle number 5, the Leo angle. And I saw a great big tower staring at me. It was the only card like it on the table when I had 12 laid out this morning. Leo soap opera. So here we go. That's where we open the week. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It is affectionately known around here as the Leo soap opera. And I'll tell you why in a second. We're going to talk about this pre-shuffle a little bit. All right. Now, it's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason, blah, blah, blah. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. Fine. I hate the intros too, but thank you for not fast forwarding because you'll miss my lovely intro here. Now, in the monthly reading for December, I saw Leo's person reaching out to try to explain that they're happy, right? Just can't stand the fact that people think they're unhappy. It drives them crazy because they care a lot about what other people think. And it dawned on me when I read the energy off the tower that came up in the morning reading and when I saw this pre-shuffle. Who your person is. It's really funny. It is. We have to chuckle. I'll tell you something in advance. I will tell you, I say it all the time. I like your person's energy. I like the person. I just don't think your person sometimes likes themselves very much. And again, roles can be reversed here in a Leo reading. I could be talking to you. That's why I say I want to preface this with I like this energy. I do. But if we were to do a TV mini-series about this soulmate cycle, okay? 12 episodes, one for each angle, one for each sign, right? Episode 5, the Leo episode, would be the star of the mini-series. It would be the one that won the Emmy. It would really be that. And I'll tell you why. Because this energy, I figured it out from the Tower card this morning and the December reading and this pre-shuffle, who this person reminds me of. And they've always reminded me of this. And it is Carrie from Homeland. Claire Danes' character in Homeland, Carrie. Okay? Now, I'll explain why here in a second. But I will say that if we were going to cast episode 5 in the Leo in the Soulmate Cycle miniseries for the Leo angle, we would want to invite Claire Danes to come in and reprise her role as Carrie from Homeland. Because I'm going to tell you something. This person here, if you were to ask this person, and I see it in the pre-shuffle and I saw it on the Tower card, if you were to confront this person with the fact that they're unhappy, right? If you were to confront this person with that, you would get a response much like Carrie would give you, the Carrie from Homeland character, which would be something to the effect of, no, why would you say that? Right? With a whole bunch of those sounds coming out of it. It's like that. They really are. Now, Carrie's character, that character Carrie, I should say, is bipolar in that show. Now, I'm not saying your person's bipolar. That this energy does not necessarily have to belong to a bipolar person, but it can. I say a lot of times I think this person suffers from either depression, anxiety, a combination of the two, or they have some kind of self-worth issue, self-esteem issue. Probably because they've been sitting in a toxic situation for too long. Either it's family, a marriage, a relationship. I have no idea. But I don't call any other sign a soap opera. It is just Leo that has the Leo soap opera. And it's a very specific energy I pull in. But it is absolutely Carrie from fucking Homeland. No, why would you say that? Freaking out over, how dare somebody say that? This person is defensive on crack. I've got a 7 of Wands here. Now, in the December reading, when last we left off, this person was going to reach out, but it seemed to be for the reason of convincing either you or other people or whatever that they're happy, that they're not unhappy, right? And we know that that's bullshit from that reading. It came out that way. And right here, here's what I've got. Here's why I see Carrie from Homeland and why I did that little bit for you. Where just absolutely didn't. Why would you say that? It's defensive. And it's crossed by the moon. They're defensive because they're hiding so much shit. They're so worried about what other people think. You know, it's somebody who may have had, let's say they're married, for example. Let's say this energy was married, whoever this energy belongs to. In a hypothetical, let's say they're married. They may have had some trouble, and word of that trouble got out. You know, people found out about it, family, friends, whatever. And they try to cover that trouble up. They try to hide it, right? Pretend everything's fine, everything's great. No, trying to convince everybody. They would sit in the toxin, which is where we're at right now. Somebody willing to sit in the toxin just because they're worried that everyone around them's going to go, see, I knew. Yeah, see, I told you. You know, like that. Worried about what other people think. There's so much shit hidden in this moon card. I could talk for 2 hours just on the 7 of Wands crossed by the moon. I wouldn't need to do anything else here. Okay? Nothing else. Unreal. Now, the problem is the world. This is just the surface energy. I mean, I'm not even fucking, I haven't even pulled a reading yet. This is just me talking to the universe. I pulled on the Tower card I got in my morning reading. It's a world. It's the energy has changed. However they're living is past its expiration date. Like bread that's gone completely green and slimy. They're still making sandwiches out of it. Why? Because they're worried about whatever is hidden here, whatever is in this moon, whatever they suppress, whatever they keep down. It could be inner problems that they have, outer problems with a relationship, whatever it is. They're very concerned with what other fucking people think. And the energy has changed. We're in a new energy now. They know they want to come toward the soulmate connection. They're very sorry that it never happened and all that kind of stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry that they ran. Sorry that they didn't get to know you. Sorry that you're not at least friends. And this change in energy has caused this person to go batshit crazy in 8 swords. And whenever I see 8 swords in a Leo reading, I know we got a problem. I know we got someone who's flip-flopping again. Round and round. Off their meds, as they would say in Homeland speak. When Carrie would go off her meds, she'd go completely batshit crazy. Running the streets at night, waving around her finger like a gun and all kinds of crazy stuff. This person's going batshit crazy because he can't keep eating that moldy bread. Okay? And all this stuff here, this just creates stress and tension, and it exacerbates whatever the hell is wrong with this person that causes them to behave this way. All these cards are connected. They all got a dark color. The light colored cards are all connected. 8 swords, crossed by 4 cups, disappointment, regret for what they've chosen over what they've rejected. What they've chosen is a rat. I'm just drawn to the rat. Whatever it is, it's fucking toxic. I don't have a devil here in this pre-shuffle, but I do have a rat. Rats are very interesting. They're very smart, rats, right? But they're not real. They're opportunistic, shall we say. I think the energies around this person see whoever this energy belongs to as some sort of trophy or some sort of something to control, easily controlled. I don't know. It's something along those lines. But this person here this is depression. 4 cups crossing 8 swords. It's totally depression. It causes a lot of confusion in this person. They don't know which end is up with the 7 of cups. And right here causes them to shut down. That's a Burger King energy around this emperor. I'm just drawn to the moon here in front of the sun. Silent Bob in front of Chatty Cathy. And that ties directly, that emperor bookends this 7 of Wands, which is crossed by this moon, which has so much shit buried. You have no idea. This person, I guess I could just sum it up by saying they care what other people think too much. But in their soul, they're a completely different person. They're completely different. Their soul is a match for yours. I always say this about this energy. It's like they're a free spirit hippie in their soul, but they live a life that's contrary to that in the 3D, in the ego. And a lot of those energies have bled on and have bled onto them and influenced this person. They're not like this, which is why we get 8 swords a lot with this, because they know they're not like it. It's almost like they're constantly triggered, right? Triggering is in the soul. We get triggered when we hit it, when a truth hits and our brain tries to deny it. They're in a constant state of that. That's why they flip-flop so quickly. But yeah, the energy is still there of someone who would, again, just deny that they're unhappy and wants to convince everybody that they are, because they're very concerned that they would sit in the toxin, they would stay with that rat, whatever that rat is, just because everyone's going to see, everyone's going to think, yeah, they were right, and here we go again, and things like that. Who cares what other people think? That's what this person needs to learn. It's their number one lesson in the Leo angle. You start caring too much what other people think, you'll never do anything in life, because somebody's always going to think something, right? You could leave the house thinking you look gorgeous. Look at me. You leave the house all confident, feeling great about yourself. I guarantee you, half the people that you pass, more than half probably, that you pass on the street are going to think you're fucking ugly and look like shit, right? And they're not going to say it, but that's what they're going to think. So if you're worried about what people think, most people are going to think negative things about you. Negative things are easy to think. They're driven by jealousy in a lot of cases. All right? So, I'll just put it to you this way. Most people are fucking assholes. All right? They are. They're unbalanced. They're in their ego. They're in their head. This person needs to figure that out. I'm giving the deck a shuffle. We're going to have ourselves a Leo soap opera here. And this episode of the Leo soap opera stars Claire Danes, reprising her role as Carrie from Homeland. I'll tell you what. I guess that makes me Saul. I look pretty good in a beard, I suppose. All right. Let's see where we go here. All right. This first card out. Give me the soulmate cycle from the angle of Leo universe. This first card out is before the cut. Let's see where we go. It's why the fuck are we here? Liberation. Freedom. 9 of Pentacles. It's just a liberation energy. I've got the song, but it's not what you think. It's not about them breaking free, because I've got a song that comes with this. As soon as I put the cards on the table, that song rang in my head. It's a song from Caddyshack, where they got the little gopher, and he's singing, I'm all right, don't nobody worry about me. You know, like that. It's like that. All I see is a little gopher dancing here. You know, kind of a thing like that. Avoiding the explosives that Bill Murray is setting all over the fucking place. Yeah, that's that tower I got this morning. That's all those explosives. Well, we got a lot of stars in this episode. It's probably why it wins an Emmy. We got Bill Murray. We got Claire Danes. My God, this is a hell of an episode. This is going to cost me a fortune. Jesus Christ. I doubt those people come cheap. The Hangman after it. Again, proof of what I just said. I read the energy first, then I pull the cards. All right, and I want to reiterate, I like your person. I think I could help this person. I can't. I'm not licensed to anything, but I think this energy could use a good fucking talking to from somebody who has their shit together. I'll tell you what, it's the Hangman after that 9 of Pentacles. Again, it's not somebody breaking free. It's somebody staying where they're at. They're staying where they're at in part because it might be comfortable. It could have a lot to do with Pentacles. They get a little benefit from it, right? They get the nice car, the nice lifestyle, maybe. It's possible. But really, in the energy, it's just an energy of somebody saying they're all right. It's that dancing gopher. All right. Let's give the deck a final shuffle. Let's pull ourselves a reading. I'm not saying that your December reading has changed and they're not going to reach out. I think they will, but I still think they're going to reach out just to tell you how happy they are. Who's reaching out to you is the dancing gopher. Or Carrie from Homeland telling you, I'm fine. I don't know why would you say that? You know, well, I don't know. Maybe because you got crazy eyes and you seem nuts. I have no idea. You don't seem fine. I beg to differ with Carrie from Homeland. And I beg to differ with that gopher. I don't think they're all right at all. Let's go. Give me the soulmate cycle from the angle of Leo. Jesus Christ. What has happened to this person in their life? What? I want to know. This usually plays out using my psychology experience and my study of people. Human nature, if you will. I'm a big people watcher. This type of thing usually plays out one of two ways. If it's a parental thing, either they got parents that are very successful, very educated, and they expect their children to excel, those kinds of things. I see this a lot in people that went to Ivy League schools. You know, there's a lot of pressure there. There's a lot of pressure. Just to get in, it's a lot of pressure. You know, you got to live up to some kind of reputation and all that kind of stuff. But I also see it in people that have gone through life picking the wrong people for the wrong reasons, surrounding themselves with the wrong people for the wrong reasons. This energy, this particular energy that I'm pulling on, and I'm still shuffling, so I'm just killing time, giving you some psychology. This specific energy that I'm pulling on is very easily succumbs to flattery. They almost need it to survive. They're almost an attention seeker in a lot of ways. That's why I sometimes call them an actor. I do. You're the only angle where I do that for the most part. It feels like that. It feels like somebody who needs to hear the roar of the crowd. Otherwise, if they don't hear it for a while, they start to get depressed and sad about themselves. So maybe the people around them have to pay them a lot of compliments. You know, they really are a Burger King, if you will. That King of Wands kind of energy. Let's go. Give me the soulmate cycle from the angle of Leo. Give me a reading. I got it. We're there. Let's do it. Overall energy of everything that's going to fall on the table is the Page of Pentacles. I find that incredibly interesting because this is someone, I just got done telling you, they're worried about what other people think. This is that energy of someone who's worried about every little thing that comes out of their mouth. They check it before it comes out because they're probably prone to being impulsive. I know they were impulsive when they were dismissing you. What's fueling this? The High Priestess. Proof of what I just told you. This is secrets. Holding the cards close to the vest. They're very worried about every little thing that comes out of the mouth. I didn't know that was there. I read the energy first, then I pull the cards. And again, I know the shit that's coming out of my mouth. And I know somebody is watching this. It's no different than how I've been reading, Leo, this whole way. This is the energy the universe sends me. I'm just reading the energy. Alright? I don't control what comes in here. But this is very difficult energy. I don't think this energy gets sent to a lot of the readers out here on YouTube because this is tricky. You got to know some psychology. You got to know some sociology. You got to understand people a little bit to figure out this energy. This is someone who's very worried about every word they're going to say. But I do think they're going to say something. I still do. All right? I just don't know if, you know, it's a bit of an off their meds energy. Let's see. That's the overall energy. Secrets. I told you about that moon card. I could talk about it for hours. All right. This is the energy around your connection. This is how your person's behaving in the 3D. Again, roles can be reversed. I cannot tell you apart from your person. They are just like you in the soul. You guys are the same frequency, soul energy. The exact frequency. I can't tell you apart. Which is really weird. Which is why this is so special. Why the Leo soap opera is the way it is. Because in the 3D, they're just behaving the fool. They've been manipulated, they've been changed, and it's eating them alive. It really is. This is how they're behaving in the 3D. This is their soul. I can't wait to see that. Hidden energy, message from the universe, read with the energy or connection, potential final outcome is right here. I'll clarify everything, throw some universe cards over the top, and we'll see where we go. I haven't been extending these. If this needs it, I will. I don't know. I have no idea. But I do know it's going to be an Emmy Award-winning episode of the Leo soap opera. What's the energy around the connection right now? Where are we at? Why'd you give me a tower this morning? Justice. Yeah. It's sort of a make-or-break moment. It's both. The tower is falling. There's a chance here for communication. There's a shot at it. Okay? I got the tower this morning when I pulled offline for the Leo angle because of this very energy right here. The time, the energy, everything is right for the black cat and the white cat to get together and have a conversation. But I think this has a lot to do, strangely, with your person, because these cats look very similar to me. Inside your person, inside the runner, whoever this energy belongs to, because roles can be reversed, but whoever this energy belongs to, a reconciliation inside themselves. Them maybe starting to get real with themselves for a moment anyway. Okay? Because they're not real on the outside. Why are they behaving in the 3D? We'll learn more when we clarify. 3D energy. Yeah, you knew it had to be there, didn't you? You knew the King of Wands had to come up. What did I do? I did earlier. I did my whole carry from homeland thing. I said, if you were to confront this person and say, I know you're unhappy, they would respond with, no, I'm not. Why would you say that, right? Very defensive about it. It's the King of Wands. It's ego, it's pride, it's Burger King, gotta have it their way. But mostly it's the hood. This is all about the hood. This is a cobra. Okay, it puts the hood up to try, please don't make me bite, please don't make me bite, because if I bite, I have to stretch myself out. It wants to try to scare something away first before it has to be vulnerable. And this is all just a front. It's what the kids used to call, the kids on the street used to call it fronting, right? They probably still do. I don't know. I've been on the street in a while. But fronting. It's all. That's how they're behaving in the 3D. That's why I think this is more internal energy with this person. What's going on in their soul? It bookends justice. Come on. Yeah, the magician, there's a transformation happening inside this person. I'm right. I've already read the energy. I know what's here. There's a transformation happening deep, deep inside this person. They're getting bit by karma in some way. What the kids might call karma anyway. They're getting what I would call backlash energy. In other words, the backlash energy, putting it in an analogy, would be, I talked about moldy bread earlier. They're in a toxic situation that's way past its expiration date. Whatever that is, how they're living, married, family, whatever. If you keep, I called it moldy bread. The mold is, the bread is green, it's slimy, right? You can make a sandwich out of it if you want to, which is what they're doing. But you're going to get a stomach ache later if you do. Or you're going to get real sick and need to go and have your stomach pumped. One or the other, that's the backlash energy. That's what they're getting here. And that's why they're having to get real with themselves. In the 3D, it's the same bullshit. All right? Smiles, happy, you know, ha ha ha, look at me. I almost get an image of somebody smiling with their head cocked off to the side, all looking, trying to look happy and shit like that. And it's all a bunch of bullshit. All right? And I know, and the way I receive the energy isn't an exact for your person. It's just you take it and apply it. You know, I just explained it the way I explain it. Hidden energy, message from the universe, also read with justice. So yeah, there's a transformation happening internally. Externally, there's still this fronting cobra. What's the universe want to tell us? 9 of Wands, yeah. Again, what I told you, it's the backlash energy. That this is our 9 of Wands that we've been seeing all throughout the month of December here, where the wall is overgrown. It's bad. They can't hide behind this anymore. These are powerful energies. This is bullshit. Okay? Our baseline energy here, this is bullshit. It's all a bunch of shit, just like this hood is. You're not that big. You're a skinny little snake. Right? These are the real deal. And the universe is saying that these are winning. All right? The transformation's happening. The backlash energy is hitting them. That wall that they put up is falling on their head. It's getting harder and harder for anyone to believe this hood. All right? This phoniness. What's potential final outcome? Red with my cobra here. Yeah, the 7 of Pentacles. Again, this person is just worried about what other people think. I don't know whether, I think it results in communication. It is an energy of divine timing. The time is right to pick the fruit. You know, it's sometimes a farmer. Right? The energy is right for this person to get real. These energies are winning. The question isn't whether or not they are going to admit some things to themselves. I believe they are under this energy. The question is, because the High Priestess is here, right? Keeping secrets. And they're worried in the overall energy about what every word they say. Are they going to say it in the 3D? Is the Cobra going to strike? Or are they just going to keep the bullshit up? This, I cannot emphasize enough. This is an energy, whoever this belongs to, that is horrified of what other people think. Okay? Well, just like in Homeland, the Carrie character was horrified that people would find out she was on meds or she was, crazy. She kept that hidden, did her best. But it was easy to tell there was something off about the chick. Okay? My first question to her would be, just looking at her eyes, are you fucking crazy or something? What's going on? And I know crazy's not a clinical diagnosis. I'm just making a joke. But it was easy to tell there was something off about her. And that's my point here. The wall is falling. It's getting hard to maintain this. People, it doesn't matter if they're worried what the people around them might think. And they're trying to keep things quiet. The people around them are starting to see through it. This wall is coming down on them. And that's forcing a lot of change internally at the soul level inside this person. And it's forcing kind of your soulmate connection to look mighty good to this person. All right? It look like they need to do something about it because it might be the cure. And I'm here to tell this person, this energy, whoever this belongs to, this soulmate connection is the cure. All right? This is the kind of thing where they always feel, you know, this is phoniness and how they're behaving in the 3D. They always feel that they can, what scares them about the soulmate connection with you, we'll say it's the incoming energy, is that with you, they can be real. They can actually be themselves. They don't have to pretend, right? You guys could sit down and have a real conversation. But that scares the shit out of this person. It freaks them out. All right? They get a little freaky about it. And that's why they're always just, they're thinking about it. That's the final outcome here. It's the best I can tell you. But the energy is right for communication, for picking the fruit. The question is the cobra. Let's talk about it. Let's talk to the witches. Let's go. I know there's a third energy here. I got 3 of cups randomly at the bottom. We're going to pull on justice. So this justice card could be it's divorce time and they know it if they're married. It could be. Or at the very least, since divorce is a vocabulary word, you could divorce yourself from anything. A dog, a job, a family, whatever. It could be divorcing themselves from an old way of being, from being this cobra. Maybe it's time to take the hood off and get real. That's what scares them about this connection. It opens their soul up and it makes them feel real. It's like you're walking up and telling them, don't eat the moldy bread, asshole. And they don't want to hear it because then other people are going to think, well, they had said the moldy bread tasted good. What are other people going to think if I stop eating it? You know, then they're going to be right. They're going to say, see, look at you. Again, they're worried about that. And that's wrong. You can't go through life worried what other people are going to think. Other people think all kinds of things. Most of them are complete fucking assholes. Jealous as fuck, especially if you're successful. Most people deep down hate you. Especially if you're more successful than your friends. They don't like it. They're not as happy for you as you think they are. Take it from me. This person could use that talk. Yeah, they really could. Whoever this energy belongs to. Why is justice here? Let's talk to the witches. Justice, yeah. There's a lot of positive energy here. That's the sun. It's also a card of the divine masculine. This person here is having what my father used to call a come to Jesus inside themselves. And it's because of how your connection makes them feel. It's because of everything I've said. Okay? Everything I've said about how they can be real with you. And they can't be real with the people around them. The energies around this person are so fucking superficial, narcissistic, fucking materialistic, vain. I mean, that's all I get for the energies around them. And that's not how your person, this energy is in their soul. In their soul, they're very different. And there's some kind of reckoning happening here. Because of your connection is what the sun is saying. They're being shown some things. Now on the outside, it's still the cobra in the 3D. All right, still we got Carrie from Homeland, cobra here. What's on top? Temperance. Proof of what I just said. 100% proof that I read the energy right. Temperance. Angel energy. Your connection is the angel energy that's bringing balance. They can be real with you. And they know it. And it's transforming their soul. Just the thought of it. This wall is getting thin. It's getting harder and harder for them to keep up this facade in the 3D. Why is temperance here? 9 of Cups. That's your connection for this person. The sun is the energy it's made out of. It's Leo energy, by the way. Forward movement. Yeah, it is. But anyway, the sun is the energy it's made out of, the happiest card in the deck. It's rooted in justice. It is the cure for all that ails them, right? This energy is, and your connection is rooted in angel energy, which cancels out all the toxin, throws away the moldy bread, and brings in a fresh loaf. It'll make everything, 9 of Cups, all better. I'm right. And I'm being very careful how I read this energy. But I'm 100% correct here. All right? You may need to apply it. I go out on tangents and I exaggerate the energy a little bit. But that's how you explain things to people. You exaggerate. That's how comedians do it. Comedians take truth and exaggerate it. It makes you laugh, but it makes you think. Right? That's what I do. And then that laughter breaks up the energy. Sure, is your person Claire Danes, Carrie from Homeland? Of course not. But I believe you'd get a similar response if you asked them about this. And this Cobra is proof of that. Your connection, there's a reckoning in the soul where your connection is actually healing to this person. They know it. I think they may have a reckoning. I just don't know, and the universe isn't sure if it's going to translate into the 3D properly. Which is why your December reading has them coming towards you, communicating, but it's more confusing than anything else. It's more just to tell you that they're happy. Try to convince you, you know, that dancing gopher again. I'm all right. Don't nobody worry about me. You know, you're not all right. They are not all right. And the energy is right now for them to get real. Can't keep eating that moldy bread. They're already getting repercussions from the universe on it. It's coming back to bite them. This is not a tame cat. All right? It is not. Let's pull on this Cobra. Let's do it. Tell me about Carrie from Homeland here. Why is the King of Wands here? Why? Tell me about the King of Wands. Again, the universe isn't sure. It's the Two of Wands crossing the King of Wands. Okay? Again, it's just a front. This wand, it's shit. It's past its expiration date. They need to move forward. Whether they will in the 3D or not, I can't say. Even the fucking universe can't. It can say that the energy's right for this to happen. Alright? Let's see. What's on top? Page of Cups. Yeah. Hiding the hood, masking, if you will. Right? Isn't that a word that the kids like to use out here on YouTube? They're wearing a mask. They're masking. I don't usually use it, but I will this time. I'll say fronting, masking. What they're masking is any kind of feelings. All right, they're holding them back because when they feel too much, then they want to come toward you because you represent all of this. Your connection is the angel energy. It's justice. It's the sun. It makes them happy. I got both the sun and the Nine of Cups. So they push back the feelings. They push back. Pretend, nah, it doesn't matter. Okay. Why is the Page of Cups here? But there's a whole tidal wave of them. She somehow kind of, I don't know, she can somehow hold the wave back with her mind, right? Why is the Page of Cups here? Judgment. Again, karma. All I get off of that card is karma. It's coming back to bite them. This girl, it's funny. I love it when I do that. This girl, I said she's holding back the wave with her mind somehow, right? She can't hold it back too much longer. That wave is about to crash over them, all right? This card also tells me, it backs up my read on this Seven of Pentacles, that it's time to pick the fruit. The energy is right, divine timing. The energy is right, it's time to pick the fruit. The second chance is being provided by the universe here. It's hammering them with a lot of soul searching. I'll phrase it that way. But it's also hitting them with a lot of backlash for eating that moldy bread too long. Big stomach aches, metaphorically speaking. Why is the Magician here? Tell me about the Magician and the soul. You have a soul contract with this person. It's extremely clear. That's the core of the Leo angle for sure. It is a very ironclad, it's what they call in contract speak, an ironclad contract. It means you can't get out of it. In a way, it's solid. It's well written. It's worded just right, and this person's going against it. So they're catching some backlash, but it's mostly internal. On the external side, they just become increasingly unhappy. That's why they can't hold that wave back too much longer. This card is karma here in this deck. It's karma energy coming off of it. And that's that moon in front of the sun from the Emperor card up in the pre-shuffle. Why is the Magician here? Tell me about the soul. I love this person's soul. I do. Every time I pull the Leo soap opera, I like this person in the soul. The 3D person, I'd want to fucking slap in the back of the head. But the 5D person is lovely. Absolutely wonderful. And it's a shame that in their life they've made decisions that have surrounded themselves with shit people. And I'll go ahead and say it. making bad choices for the wrong reasons, trusting the wrong people, loving the wrong people for the wrong reasons, and then just staying on that bad road, making a decision to do that. It's just a series of unfortunate bad decisions is what it is. It's led them down this path. And now the soulmate connection came in almost a Hail Mary moment to help this person, and they haven't really, it hasn't reflected in the 3D fully. It really hasn't. Watch what's crossing this magician? The Queen of Swords. That's what, in the soul. There's a lot of truths. In the soul, there's a lot of truths. The backlash, right? What the kids would call karma that's coming back on them for this phony bullshit and eating the moldy bread too long hurts. It's truth that hurts. Okay? And it hits them in the soul. It really does. But it's what's necessary. Sometimes medicine hurts. Sometimes it makes you sicker before you get better. It just does. That's just how, it is. I tell you. I hated medicine when I was a kid. I thought, my God, I feel like I'm going to throw up. And you're giving me this Pepto-Bismol liquid, Mom, that makes me want to throw up. But it's going to stop you from throwing up. It's going to make everything better in your tum-tum. No, it don't. It tastes like shit, so I throw up. I wasn't going to throw up before. Probably could have held it back till you gave me the medicine. This is kind of the logic of your person. It's like trying to give a 5-year-old medicine they don't like the taste of. But they're getting a taste of it. She can't hold back that wave too much longer. What's on top? 6 of Wands. Yep. Again, these truths, everything I just told you. 6 of Wands. It's an energy of victory. Okay? These truths that are hitting, these things that are coming in, yeah, they hurt. Yeah, they are that medicine that tastes bad that makes you sicker first. It's a bit of slow medicine. I wrote a blog article called Slow Medicine last year sometime. It's worth checking out. If you can find it, just search for it in the blog. Slow medicine. Right here. And all of this always is. All of this kind of soul learning is always a bit of slow medicine. Why is the 6 of Wands here? 2 of Wands came back. That tells me that this is bleeding into the 3D. Soul energy is starting to bleed in. Backing up my read, because this was the crossing card here. Backing up my read that this little girl has some kind of ability to hold this tidal wave of emotion back. Can't hold it much longer. She's about to get wet. Okay? All right. 9 of Wands. Let's talk to the universe about this wall that either needs to come down or needs some serious work. What's going on here? Why is the 9 of Wands here? Tell me about the 9 of Wands. Why? Alright. I think I've gone above and beyond in my energy reading in this Leo soap opera episode. If you think it doesn't, a lot of people just, they watch because I'm kind of entertaining sometimes, but if you think it doesn't pertain to your person, I ask you to maybe consider that I exaggerate a bit the energy. Like a comedian, like I said, exaggerates truth, so you laugh, but it makes you think. I urge you, it could be on any level. Okay? This could all boil down at its simplest form to someone who was shut down and didn't have, doesn't have a lot of self-esteem. Isn't the ego person that you think they are. It's all fake. Could just be that simple. Either way, they've made some bad choices for the wrong reasons. Either they chose to marry somebody because it's who mommy and daddy wanted for them, or they married them because they provided pentacles, or they offered them some kind of status upgrade, or they're in a job that really they think is their soul's true purpose, but it's not, or they have a very controlling family. A family that maybe, I don't know, puts a lot of pressure on them to succeed or be a certain way or act a certain way. There's an image thing here, which again, they're afraid of what other people will think. They're hiding a lot. And they'll sit in this toxin, like I said. If they're married, they'll stay in that bad relationship because other people will say, see, we were right. And that bothers them. They don't want to give people that satisfaction. But fuck those other people. This is fucking shit. Yeah, you were right. Fuck you. At least I'm out of it now. Hey, that's the way I'd see it. Why is the 9 of Wands here? The Hanged Man. They're still trying to hide behind the wall. but they can't. That wall is getting thin. That raven is almost done chewing through the rope. What's on top? Knight of Wands. Yeah. There is a strong urge. This person, I believe, in the past has acted impulsively. You may see it in their history. They've done impulsive things and then had to clean up the mess afterward. Right? Someone like that. And again, I'm exaggerating. But you follow me. For some of you, I hit the nail on the head. So, in the past, they've acted impulsively and then had to clean up the mess after it. You're one of those impulsive actions where there's a mess now. Now they regret having run from you. They regret not talking to you. They regret not having a sense of humor about what happened with you. So they could have just said something and you two could have become something and built something and whatever. Anyway, all of that. There's an urge here. It's red with temperance because this wall is getting thin. There's an urge, a strong urge to just come towards you. Just do it. Just be that impulsive and take it in the other direction and worry about the mess afterward. Okay? There is that urge there. The universe is saying that. This wall is very crumbly at this point. Why is the Knight of Wands here? Because of the pain. Because there's the Three of Swords that's become all-powerful. Right? We talked about it in yesterday. We've talked about it in a lot of readings. But this came up in the Mercury in Capricorn reading the other day. I know this Three of Swords has become all-powerful. May have come up in the extended. But either way, it has. There's a lot of pain here. This is telling me how much love is here. And again, that impulsive action to come towards you would resolve this. It's red with temperance. That's a resolve. That's balanced. And this Three of Swords is red with the Nine of Cups. This wants to be fixed. They want to fix it. And they're tempted to do an impulsive action and worry about the consequences afterward and come towards you. I just don't know whether or not, and neither does the universe, whether or not they can get past this, whether it's going to be all fronting or not, like your monthly reading said. It's all a bunch of bullshit, just to convince you that they're all right, don't nobody worry about me. Like some dancing gopher in an old movie. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here? Final on this. What's the final on this? Okay. Yeah. The timing is right. The energy is right to pick the fruit. Why? Because the Ace of Cups is crossing it. And the Ace of Cups in this deck is flowing. It is when I'm drawn to just the flow, not the cup. So, and that is proved by the card that came just before it, the Three of Swords. Okay? And this, temptation, if you will, to do something impulsive. The time is right for this King of Wands, or to put the hood down and come in and strike. And strike for real. And get real. I have no idea whether they can or can't. We'll find out. But it looks like communication is possible. It's still possible from this person. But is it bullshit or is it real? Because they are very worried about what other people think. And that includes you. They don't want you to think they're unhappy. This person's ego, there it is, ego, in the ego position, by the way, cannot take, and again, that ego, when I say ego, I don't mean they're cocky or, arrogant or anything like that. Don't misunderstand the word. It just means their image, their persona, who they are in the 3D, the brain, right? It cannot take you knowing that they're having problems. So they are worried about how much to tell you, but if they don't tell you the truth, then what's the point? But if they do, then this. So it's easy enough just to, they may just show up and just keep the facade up. There's a lot of love here. The soul here is, they see you as victory. You're the angel, the Nine of Cups. The soulmate connection is represented by the sun. What's on top? 8 Wands there. I told you. I don't know. I'm not looking. I don't know what's here. Communication. Forward movement. But from who? It's red. The energy is right for picking the fruit, the Seven of Pentacles, because the water is flowing. The emotions are flowing. This Three of Swords has become all powerful because of what they're realizing on the inside. On the outside, though, in the 3D, they're still fronting. They're still pretending, I'm all right, don't nobody worry about me. Right? So yeah, we got communication here. The energy is right for it. It's minor arcana, though. It's red with this little pagey. And this little pagey here She's cute, but it's an energy of someone who can hold back the wave, but they can't anymore because of this Three of Swords. So how much are they going to communicate? They might show up as a Page of Cups, which is fine, a little apology, chance at new love, a new beginning. But unfortunately, that page energy is fueled by this, worried about what other people are going to think. So that, you know, again, in net, it boils down to Burger King. They got to have it their way. Why is the Eight of Wands here? The Three of Wands. Again, it's a mixed energy. Why is the Eight of Wands here? I told you about the Eight of Wands. It's minor arcana. It's up to them. The energy is right for them to communicate, but how? You know, is it with the full wave, or are we holding back the wave because it's on a whole bunch of phoniness? This is them thinking it might, always setting the intention, never going on. It's that energy coming off of this. The moment I put it on the table, I thought, well, it might be better just to stay on the shore. I know there's topless buffet and bottomless dancing at night, but it might be better just to stay on the shore and just keep looking at them. This person actually can continue to eat the fucking moldy bread and stay in whatever they're in that's making them unhappy, that they're pretending is great, even though they feel Three Swords over this connection, because it's easier. Okay, they are almost every man, every woman, whatever, out there. That's why people sit in things. That's why people put up with shit. It's just easier to put up with it, right? It's just easier. It's amazing. So again, our final outcome is the energy is right for picking the fruit. The energy is right for communicating. But it might be easier just to stay there and keep an eye on. Either way, no matter what happens here, whether you get in any of these scenarios could play out. Either you get a phony ass fucking fronting cobra coming at you telling you everything's great, everything's fine, you're wrong about me. Or you get someone coming at you as a page who doesn't quite tell you exactly how they feel. Or you get somebody standing on the shore who thinks it's easier to stay there and just keep an eye on you. They're always going to be there. You're a thing. Okay? They're always going to think about you. They're going to spend the rest of their life thinking about you, wondering what would have happened, and their cycle is going to go through, because what's on their side is so toxic, it's going to go through periods where they're always going to want to come towards you again. It's going to flip and flip and flip and flip, round and round and round we go. That's what they're going to do. What's the majority of them going to do? I'm going to pull an extra card for you. Tell me about this Three of Wands and this Eight of Wands. I'm going to take these two energies and I'm going to pull a card and a crossing card on them. Okay? I'm not going to extend this. I don't have to. There's no need. I could pull on what's going on their side in the toxin, but why? You know I can tell you the energy in advance, and I'm not here to nickel and dime anybody. I got much more important readings coming up, like the full moon reading and Venus moving into Capricorn and the 12/12 portal reading. So save your fucking nickels and dimes for those. You're going to want those extended. This one here is pretty self-explanatory. They're full of shit that everything's good on their side. This King of Wands always is full of shit. Right? It's someone who tells you what they want to hear just to get in your pants. It's someone who tells you whatever saves face on their side. It's all of those things and more. It's everything I've already told you. But for the most part, this person really just cares a lot about what other people think. Too much. Too much image. But their soul is changing. It's getting harder and harder for them to sit in it. This Three of Swords has become all powerful. You may just hear from them. Okay? And that's why this Knight of Wands is here. That's why this Eight of Wands is here. Alright? This communication right here. But it's also easier. This is a split energy. It's also easier just to stay on the shore and dream about you and maybe get some good binoculars to see what's going on. Spy. Pop in every once in a while. Check on you. It's safer. They don't have to explain anything. They can keep all the cards close to the vest. Okay, come on now. I'm blending these energies. I'm still shuffling. Alright. I'm blending these energies. The Eight of Wands and the Three of Wands. Tell me about it. One card and a crossing card. What are they likely to do? Eight of Pentacles. Distract themselves. Emperor. Sitting right here is exactly what I just told you. The Emperor is crossing. It's exactly what I just said. Except the universe gave you a picture. It says, here's what Steve just said. They're sitting here on their throne with all their shit, right? It's safer just to sit here and keep all this shit, all this security, and keep an eye on you. He's looking over here. This is you off in the background. Keep an eye on your life and see how that's going. It's almost like somebody living vicariously through you, okay? It's a little bit like that. And I think energetically, anyway, they do. I think this person really regrets what happened between you two and wishes they could change their life. This is an energy that would definitely long for the things it perceives it can't have. But I'm here to tell you they can have it. That's why I said perceives in air quotes. Their perception is they can't, that this emperor's perception is they can't go over here. But all of this stuff isn't making them happy. They can go over there. All he's got to do is stand up. There's no indication that he can't walk. And even if he couldn't, the emperor has enough money to have an electric throne that will move around. Right? One of those jazzy scooter thrones. Either way. So this is, again, a distraction. The Eight of Pentacles. Distraction. Well, they're always blowing it off. And it makes them happy because it keeps the phoniness up. Because they're very concerned what other people think. Very concerned. Just like Carrie from Homeland hiding the fact she was on meds. They're very concerned what other people think. And why? I shit you not, I did not know this was here. I just took the Emperor off the bottom to stick it here for the closeout of the reading. Underneath it is the fucking toxin. The toxin that they never dealt with. That we can't have a Leo reading without the devil, and here he is. And the devil hasn't been coming up in any fucking readings lately. And here he is. It's right there. With the light shining in, they're being forced to look at that. But that comes with some ramifications for this person. They're going to have to admit some things. You know? They are. That covers your universe cards big time, what I've just explained to you. Watch this reading a few times if you really want to know what's going on. Does this person love you? Do they regret it? Yeah, they love the fuck out of you. They made a huge mistake and they know it. Okay? But because they're so worried about what other people think, some kind of image, they're content to keep the mistake going, telling themselves, just longing for the things they can't have. That in and of itself is toxic. It's very toxic energy. What's underneath that devil? The King of Cups. King of Cups, firmly planted on land with water coming in. Again, this is a very similar energy to this little pagey who's holding back the wave. But that water's coming in on that king. Alright? That light is coming in on that devil. That angel light is coming in on that devil. There's the angel right there. So your connection, this card itself, along with this, King of Cups, this card and its picture prove what I told you over here. That your connection is the cure for all this. That's what they need to figure out. They need to figure out that it's okay to get up off that throne. They'll be fine. In fact, they'll be happier, which will bring, even if they lost all this stuff, more stuff. Okay? Raising their vibration will attract more stuff. Instead, they like to distract themselves from it. But there's a lot of feelings here. That king proves it. Alright? It really does. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. I do. The Leo soap opera is a very important angle on this cycle, especially for me to study. It's very important to the whole fucking cycle. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If I helped one person today, I did my job. I wish this person was fucking listening. Some of them are. But they're going to be defensive towards it. Again, Carrie from Homeland. No, I'm fine. I'm happy. Like that. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Carrie. Sure you are. Crazy. Crazy. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right. Good luck.